Thanks, Marcellus. Today we head to New York for Tommy Hilfiger, then here in Toronto we check out the latest from Strelson. But first we're headed back to Europe with Marcellus. After the break, Marcellus brings us John Varvatos and D Squared, and in North America we see the latest from Tommy Hilfiger. Welcome back to Men's Fashion Insider. First up, we're headed back to Europe for the latest from John Varvatos and D Squared, and then it's Tommy Hilfiger in New York. Coming up next, Monika Ptaszek from Poland, then Marcellus gives us a backstage pass for an insider look at Madrid Fashion Week. Welcome back to Men's Fashion Insider. Now we're off to Europe as Marcellus brings us the latest from Monika Ptaszek and a first look at the fashion perspective of Madrid, Spain. Today we're in Toronto at Strelson's showroom giving you a sneak peek of their Fall-Winter 2012 collection. With the implementation of European styling on an eclectic selection of fabrics, Strelson has everything you need to be cozy and trendy this season. Thanks for joining us this week on Men's Fashion Insider. Tune in next week when we'll have Joe Fresh and from New York, DKNY. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at MFI_TV and check out the latest from all your favorites from the show and fashion in general on Pinterest. Search OutTV Network for more. Marcellus? Thanks, Marcellus. Today we're headed to New York for DKNY, then in Toronto, it's Joe Fresh and their Fall-Winter 2012 looks. But first, Marcellus takes us to Milan for Kenzo. Coming up in Europe, Marcellus brings us Ermenegildo Zegna and Agnes B. Then in Toronto, we take a peek at Joe Fresh and their Fall-Winter 2012 looks. Welcome back to Men's Fashion Insider. Up first, we're headed to Milan for Ermenegildo Zegna, and then in Toronto, it's Joe Fresh. Since its launch in 2006, Joe Fresh has established itself as a staple in the Canadian fashion community. From the runway to your local PC supermarket, Joe Fresh is easily one of the most accessible collections here at Toronto Fashion Week, and tonight they present their Fall-Winter 2012 collection. Since the last time we saw Joe Fresh, they've invaded the United States, opening their first flagship store in New York City. And after tonight's showing of their Fall-Winter 2012 collection, they've proven they're ready for global domination. After the break, we explore the latest from South Korean designer Woo Young Mi. Then it's a Men's Fashion Insider first as we check out Ana Loking in Spain. Welcome back to Men's Fashion Insider. Now we're headed to Milan for Woo Young Mi. Then it's all about Spain as we head to Madrid for Ana Loking. Thanks for watching Men's Fashion Insider. Tune in next week as we check in with Toronto Fashion Week favorites Ruth and Sean at Bustle before heading south to New York for Ducky Brown. But hey, if you can't wait until next week, you can keep up to date with all things men's fashion by searching us out on Twitter at MFI_TV or on Pinterest, OutTV Network. Marcellus? Thanks, Marcellus. Today in North America, we cover Ducky Brown from New York and Bustle in Toronto. But first, we're headed back to Europe with Marcellus. After the break, Marcellus brings us John Richmond, plus the legendary Jean-Paul Gaultier from Paris, and I have the latest from Toronto's own Bustle. Toronto-based label Bustle has made a name for themselves by incorporating inspiration from the Canadian countryside into trendy urban collections. The design team of Sean Hewson and Ruth Promislow perfectly walk the line between wearability and theatricality, impressing the audience enough to make their show a standout without overshadowing the quality of the garments. Tonight they unveil their Fall-Winter 2012 collection. Thanks for watching Men's Fashion Insider. Tune in next week for Soya and Kayo in Toronto and General Idea in New York. In the meantime, keep up to date with all things men's fashion by following us on Twitter at MFI_TV and get all the info on your favorites from the show and fashion in general by finding us on Pinterest. Search OutTV Network for more. Marcellus?